afternoon. Happy Monday. Happy Fun Day, Sunday, Monday, whatever Monday is. I'm Larry the Lion. This is my podcast, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Uh, I'm always going to be consistent with this, no matter what. Even if the times have to change, I'm always going to be consistent with this. So, um, interesting day. Uh, Let me do my sharing here. Hold on. Go to my channels here. So it's not who you think you are, it's who you think you are not. And that's my conundrum. It's who I think I'm not, who I have to become. It's who I think I'm not. Let me see if I can turn that down for a second here. I'm gonna share my YouTube. Um I'm sitting here at this job, and it's mind numbing to sit here. Um and hold on, Tigger's here. Hey, Tigger.
Hey,
I'm on the podcast. You're on the podcast.
okay.
12:30.
Well,
I'll,
yeah, let's talk later.
yeah, let me call you back afterwards. I'm gonna talk about it right now, kind of. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll call you back afterwards.
All right. See you.
Bye. So that's my partner Tigger. Um, so we're both thinking about how we work together, what we're doing. Um, it's like I said, it's not who you think you are; it's who you think you are not. Um, it's really all mindset, and that's all it really is mindset. And I'm sharing to a bunch of people on WhatsApp from community camp. Um, and I'll finish sharing a couple other places. I don't think I can do all my shares to the Facebook groups for a couple more days. That's okay. They kind of blocked me from sharing because of posting fake information. They said, um, or false information, and I didn't. It was a Warren Buffett quote. What do you call it? They fact checked it, so I can't share to those places anymore again. So let me finish sharing here. So many places to share to. So I'm looking at this job here, and it's really challenging. Let me share this one more spot. Copy link and go in here. It's going to take a couple minutes to share this, but I did the math. I work in here 40 hours, looking at minimum of 20 hours in travel time, plus getting ready a little bit, walking to the bus, waiting for the bus, add another 5 more hours. So we're at 65 hours here. And that's with perfect attendance. It's only $400. So I'm working all this time for $5.69 an hour. Or $5.61 an hour, and that doesn't minus the bus cost too. Um, so it's challenging. Hold on, I'm sharing my podcast to a couple places, and it's just not worth my time to be here. Um, it's I can do more elsewhere. Um, I can find a job closer to the house, somewhere where I can get a Uber home at night for like $6 8 from downtown St. Pete. Um, it's just there's just got to be another job, and I just got to take the action and go out and find it. Um, and hold on, there's got to be a better way to share this on Facebook. Ding, ding, ding. Getting text after text. I'm sharing this with a couple people. Let me go back here and do this from Facebook. Okay. Create a new ad to reach people. What's that? Um, Pansy Sleep. Thanks for giving me a heart there. Uh, let's see. Elizabeth, Tigger, Josh, Oksana. It's always the same people here. Nicole, Stacy, Brenda. Um, put that there. Oh shoot, did it do? Hold on. Let me check this real quick. Nope, it didn't go through. Hold on. Trying to share this here. So it's not worth my time to be here. Um, it really isn't. I'm wasting time sitting here dialing this phone. Even if I get a couple sales, it just doesn't really make a difference in the amount of time. In the amount of time I'm building relationships with agents or sellers or people in the sub two community working together. I just can't get all I need done in this time. Because literally can't do like any phone calls on the bus, taking the bus here, taking it home. All I can do is maybe watch content, do some responding to posts. But I'm not allowed to use the phone while I'm here. I can't reply to texts. It's and it's going to be like that with another job or anywhere else. But it's uh, it's the time. I don't have enough time to sit here and ride this bus to come here 5 hours a day, plus the getting ready time, stuff like that. Um, it's really just I have to figure something out, because $5 and 61 cents an hour is not going to cut it for all this time. I could be a VA for somebody. I can do a vert VA like and do some JV work with somebody for that, for $5 an hour. Um, that I am so much so I know it's all mindset, but it's um it's this project forward has a fire lit under me to make some not make some changes. I've already made changes, but to double down on the changes that I made and to move forward with my life who God created me to be. Because like I said, it's not who you think you are, it's who you think you are not. That's who you must become. um, I've been thinking I'm not that person, but I am that person. And I know what Pace said about not naming your YouTube channel anything other than your name, but I have Larry the Lion. People call me Larry the Lion. People know me as Larry the Lion. Um, and it's good to have all that I don't want to say notoriety, but I'm easily recognizable. They have a conversation starter when people talk to me. And I do bring value to people. I want to create more value for people in see what I've done and how it changed my life. But I gotta become more, be more, do more. And one of the things is focusing on my diet. I gained a bunch of weight since June 1st. Um, eating and a lot of my brain fog and problems are also coming from the garbage that I've been eating. I got away from things. I haven't been going to Crunch Fitness because I was taking money losses, trying to cut bills down. But cutting that $34 out a month out has affected the way I operate and my days and the 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 chemistry in my body of not having those the working out and keeping that routine. All my routines have changed because of this job. Um, and I was beat up yesterday. I When I took a shower yesterday, I had bags under my eyes. I had had bags under my eyes since I did drugs 18 months ago. Um, I would never discombobulated in the last 18 months that I am with this job, and it's just I try and make the best of it, and I do, and it's just reading the script, and it's just there's just no when other people get on to close the call because that's what his system is here. They don't have any life. They don't have anything. No matter what I've put into it to open it, they end up killing it. And he believes that you must have a second voice on every call. You just can't work your way through. And the second voice is always something that's they don't like what they're doing here. Half the people here are on prison release. They're women. He helps them. It's great. He's doing that. It's great help for them. But there's a lot of mindset and negativity, and um, it's not the environment I need to be in, the people I need to be around. Um, I was looking at Abraham and Kevin Cho and Pace yesterday, and Wes Grant. Just living out there in Arizona, in Tempe, Phoenix, Mesa area, and just the I like I said, I'm called there. I feel it. I was talking to this lady from Peoria today on a call here at the call center, and it was just, she's like, "Hey, you should move to Surprise." And I said, "Where's that?" She says, "It's about an hour from Mesa." But um, and I've been focusing on calling agents there. It's just I got to get out of this job. I After my podcast is done here, I'm literally gonna walk out of here and just go find another job somewhere else today, somewhere closer, somewhere that I'm gonna just go walk around downtown St. Pete, like I walked around the other night. There's got to be a job there for me, or somewhere in any one of those places where I can start right away. And like I said, $5.61 an hour is the amount of time I'm getting compensated here for. So, that's for the almost 70 hours that I'm here, the bus and getting here and waiting for the buses, and then that's without any delays. It's if those buses are on schedule and are on time. You don't miss a bus because the other one was late. Um, that 70 hours is it's not worth it. 561 an hour. It's just not worth my time, worth the mindset, worth having the negativity and the environment, um, the lack of people that have any motivation or desire. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it. So um, I definitely have to change that. Um, so regardless, I worked last week. Um, I have enough to get me by for a couple weeks. So I just have to take a lot of action today. Go find another job somewhere else because I can't continue to ride and do this schedule and miss all the other opportunities I am by losing all the time that I'm using to get here and to sit here mind numbing. It's just sucking the life out of me. And this is not where I'm meant to be. This is where Pace says take some action and make something happen. So I kind of settled here because of the need to go to community camp because I wouldn't have missed that for anything. Um, it's the only job I could get at the time that I would start right away and tell them, "Hey, look, I got to take 7 days off in 5 days from now to go to Montana. And by the way, I need to use your internet and get my two breaks together, um, and my lunch, and you know." be a special treatment because everybody else gets two 15 minutes breaks and 30 minutes and it's broken up. But I have to do this, I have to be here. I have to show up. I have to be consistent with this. Hey, Stacy, did Maj reach out to you? I sent Maj and Maj and his wife Anna. He told me he was going to reach out to you. There was a couple other people I shared your contact with. Were any of them able to help you, Stacy? See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm missing times connecting with people, because so many people reach out to me, and I've talked to so many people because of you know going to those deal maker events, because of going to community camp, because of this podcast, because of Sub Two, um, becoming all this. Those are all connection opportunities. I'm learning the connection game better, monetizing that. I help you, you help me. You need help, like Stacy, my friend here. She's one of my best friends here. I've never met her personally, but she's brought so much value and encouragement and love to me. I'm forever grateful. So she reached out. She has a Spanish seller that she couldn't speak to. I can't speak to him, but I know a lot of people that can speak Spanish, and I know a lot of people in Sub Two and in the community that could help her. So I've been referring people, and then she's gonna, I'm scratching her back. She'll scratch mine. I trust her, but then in other cases where I help people, I'll be like, hey, we're going to need to maybe JV this if I get you, a private money lender or whatever you need, somebody to help you with this, whatever it is. um there's ways to monetize, because I mean, like Pace says, if you're going to be a connector, you need to get paid for it. So part of my thing is being a connector, part of my team is uh being out there, being shaking out the vulnerability and being honest and making connections with people, helping other people out. Sometimes it's just people who needs encouragement, need somebody to talk to, work things through. Like there's a friend, Mike DiTrapani. I talked to him before I went to community camp, and I said I could see if I could help him when I get back, but I don't know how I can help Mike. He's got to take some action too. Um, he was working with Palm, who was amazing, and if she wasn't able to help him, how am I going to help Mike with the limited time I have? So, there's things people reach out to me and I can't even help them because of the time. I don't have time to, and that's part of what Project Forward is. Hey, here, watch this video and then we'll talk. Part of that is, the first thing is, hey, watch this 3-minute video, and then if we think we're a good fit, we'll do a Calendly call. Then we see if I can help you with this. Then like part of what I would be sharing would be my direct to agent videos. They're private videos, hey, and then you can monetize that. So a whole Project Forward is like a whole super ball of wax. I can't even dive into Pace's mind and everything that he's got planned with it, but I can see it. I can see what he's got planned in my mind. I know what he's building and how he's, like you said, not everybody's going to make it through to the end. And I definitely won't make it through to the end if I'm working this job, until I get to Arizona in November, because I'm going to Arizona. I'm going to be in Arizona before November, after the Disney meetup. Um, it's where I'm called to go. It's where I'm called to be. I'm going to be there before the deal maker in Scottsdale, where I'm going to be with Abraham and Donna, Carl, Pace, and Chris Moore. Um, and it's it's another thing. There's so much opportunity in buying create. If you watch Get Creative last night, I stayed up. It was like 2 hours and 20 minutes, I think it was. Might have been 2 hours and 22 minutes. I don't know. I have to check on that. But there was so much value in that, so much opportunities, things that, different ways you can make money in this community, and you can squat up, and people you can ask for help and reach out to or be a help to. I mean, it was amazing. Get Creative. And Alexis Morgan, look at what this community's doing to that young lady, or done for that. She, I have no doubt, 100% in my mind, that that woman will be a billionaire, and she's gonna help so many people. She's already doing that. She's 19 years old. She's not even 20. And then like Victor and Karen Lanza's daughter, and Miriam Orozco. son and daughter, Pedro, and I forget her other daughter's name, Kieran or Alana. And there was Meg Freya's son. Those kids are like 13, 14 years old, learning multifamily, learning creative financing, purchasing businesses with creative financing. Think how far ahead those kids are on the curve because of this community. And if everybody's got obligations, time constraints, everything, but you don't always have to settle for that. You can jump out of your comfort zone and make a change. I have to jump out of my comfort zone. I can't be comfortable here. I can't sit here and mindlessly dial. I'm better off doing. We're calling a call list for somebody, and calling cold calling sellers for 60 hours a day, a week, 70. 70. I would rather sit here for the next 2 weeks and call sellers for 70 hours. I am 100% sure I could do better. I could get a deal doing that versus what I'm doing right now. Um, I know what my bills are. I know what I need. I know the amount of food I need. Um, I can cut things to the bare minimum they already are. I've pared down all my bills. I can clean out some of my iPhone because there's not much space left in it. I don't need to upgrade yet. And even if I upgraded right now, it'd only be the 14, and then my bill would go back up. It went down because I made my final payment on this iPhone, so that was a good help. Um, and when I do upgrade, it'll be the 15, and that's coming out September, October. So things will be changed by then. Things will be better. I'll have more. I know I'm going to get some deals. It just can't do it sitting here at this job. So, and I hate to bail on the guy. The guy's been really nice to me. He made a lot of concessions for me. And I thought it was going to work out good. I thought, he had some good lists. It's not just me. It's the whole room. There's 15 people in there, and they're only doing like 5 deals a day. And it's reading a script, and it's bullshit because these people didn't sign up for. They don't have 2 bonus vacations, so some just buy into it, some don't, and it's just like you said. He's got people in there that are closing these deals that don't want to be here. They have to be here. They have to have the job. These 6 or 7 ladies that were in the prison system. I don't know what they did. I don't ask. Don't care. But I don't need to be in this type of environment either. That's not the people that you want to spend time around with. You really don't. Because you are the sum total of the people you spend time around with. This is not the environment. This is not the people I want to give my time to. This is not the job that I want to give my time to. So I'm gonna, boldly go out and trust God and live on faith. Because Project Forward means everything to me. Everything for getting my message out and helping people. you know, when Pace and me had that conversation, that shit, I didn't bring a nail clipper. See, I got behind. I don't even have time to clip my freaking nail. And I'm pretty good at that. But Pace and me were talking in the airport about speaking and about the future 10 years from now and beyond that. Um, I know 100% in my heart that I will be speaking to 100,000 people at Allegiant Stadium 10 years from now. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna happen. And then just like I don't know why I started this at the time, but everything's becoming clearer. It's like, oh hey, this is why you started. This is why you're doing the podcast. Look, because now you're doing Project Forward. You're ahead of a lot of people. Even though I don't have and last night I spent 6.5 hours on the podcast yesterday, calling agents, going. I spent probably an hour and a half of that time subscribing to 280 sub 2 students that are in the Project Forward's YouTube channels. Quite a few of them I was their very first subscriber, which is pretty cool. And then when somebody made a post this morning in the private sub 2 group about, we shouldn't go subscribe to everybody because the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. I think we all should support each other, especially the people that don't have any subscribers yet. No matter what they're doing, if they don't, even if they don't put any content out, hey, we're all in Project Forward together. There's 1,000 of us. You should have 1,000 subscribers at the end of, that should be one of the homeworks. What happened? You had a higher offer, got accepted, so you didn't even get a chance to talk to the seller. I'm confused. What is that? So you lost the deal? Is that what you're saying? But yeah, so there's we should all everybody that's in Project Forward, you should have 1,000. We should all have 1,000 subscribers and more, because other people in Sub Two should be subscribing to you too as well. We're a community. We support each other, and I'm going to make a post about that later. So, uh, I took my time to do 280. And if everybody was in that spreadsheet, I would literally spend the time to go to each one of their channels and subscribe. So you got to click, you got to wait for the YouTube to open, and then you got to hit the subscribe button. Then you got to close that window. So each time I click on that list, I click, like, there was 280 people I subscribed to yesterday. So, and I did it all live, because just don't if you don't think I'm making that up, like I did it, I recorded it. I was all live on this last night, and I showed the screen every time I clicked on one of them. I had the screen. It was like, oh, here, I'm your first subscriber. I'm your third. I'm your fifth. I'm your sixth. It was a lot of sixth and fifth and seven, but there was like maybe 4 or 5 people. I was their very, very first subscriber, and they just started their channel because of Project Forward. A lot of people getting out of the comfort zone. A lot of people are not going to make it through it, and like Pace even said that there are people that are not going to be able to go through this. They're not going to be able to stay with it. I will be one of the last ones. I will definitely be one of the few that do complete Project Forward, 100%. Um, I have a lot of, not a lot of things. I just have a few things to do better, do consistently. Things that I made excuses and said, "Oh, I'll just eat this garbage food," or I won't fast. Oh, this is free food. Maybe I should eat more of this free food, because it's, there was, like, at the events, there was dinner at Jerry Norton. I mean, it was amazing prime rib, but I ate probably like 2 pounds of this stuff, and then I had some dessert and some sides. I probably had 3 pounds of food that night, but it was great. It was amazing. That prime rib was super delicious, and getting to see Tim Ballard and learn about stopping child trafficking, which is something I'm really, really passionate about. And I found a post somewhere else today. Somewhere, it was another one. It was horrible. Um, and I want to go back and find it again. I'm not sure where I found it. But it was 4 pictures, and the rescuefund.org. It's in the links. It's in when if you look on Facebook or wherever you're viewing this, on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Twitter, I put affiliate links. If you want to join Sub 2, DM me, because you have to be a good fit. I'm not just going to recommend you just because you clicked on my link and it'll benefit me monetarily, because it will. Um, but you have to be a good fit for the community. You have to reach out to me. And then when Alicia asked me, "Hey, do you know this person? Have you talked to this person?" Yeah, you have to reach out to me. There's also a Calendly link in there, in those affiliates. Or click on my Calendly link, schedule a time to talk with me, and then we'll talk about getting you into Sub 2. And you know I'm a perfect example of what Sub 2 can do for somebody. This community can change somebody's life. And I'm just one of 10,000 lives that are changed. There's so many other people that have gone through worse or similar situations, and they're not as open and as vulnerable as I am in sharing theirs. Um, so, yeah. So, but the rescuefund.org, if you haven't seen The Sound of Freedom, go see it. You have to. Let me see if I can find this, where I seen it this morning. It was on somebody's post. I want to say it was. Uh, And here, let me do this. And here, I think I found it. But I'm gonna read it off to you. And it was even more disturbing than seeing The Sound of Freedom when I saw this. Let me see if I can find it. Mm, no, damn! I knew I should have saved those pictures. Um, that wasn't it. Let me see if it was this one. No, that's not it. Um, but it was so disturbing to read those pictures. Let's see if I gotta find it again. Damn, I wish I don't know where I saw that at. Dang. Let me see if it's down here. Nope. But basically it was let me see if I did save the pictures. Nope, I didn't. Um it was saying that it was a picture God, I wish why didn't I save those pictures? I don't know what profile I seen them on. Somebody messaged me. I always look through their profiles, but it was something about rescuing children, and there was four pictures, and it was like just words in three of them, and then there was a picture of a girl, and it said that she came out on stage, and she was had a look of fear and terror in her eyes, and she started to dance, but then she stopped, and then there was one of the guys reached out, touched her hand, and she had the look of terror, and um it was, and they had a picture of the girl that they supposedly rescued, or allegedly, I don't know, because some of these profiles um rescued her and four other girls or something. Didn't say what country, where anything. It says, I forget what it's called, girl rescue or something. But you know, it, to see that stuff is just so freaking shocking. And if you're not speaking about it, you're not bringing awareness. You're part of the problem too. That's what I told Pace. I said I will always mention the rescue fund and stopping child trafficking for as long as I do this podcast. It's always going to be something that I'm going to bring up and put out there, and make sure you got have it on your mind. If you can donate, donate. If you can't, bring awareness to it. Talk about it with other people. It's a horrible subject, but only through us confronting it and bringing it out into the light can we do something about it, and that horrible things that are happening. Tim Ballard's a great man, and I'm not trying to be Tim Ballard, or say I could be, but I want to contribute my best that I can to help those children and the other people in trafficking, being slaves for whatever they are, workers. If they're people in the cobalt mines in Africa, wherever people are, there's a need to bring it out into the light and talk about it. So, um, yeah. So we got 108 here. Um, yeah, I'm just I just can't do this job. I just got to get out of here. Like I said, I'm gonna call Tigger as soon as I'm done here. Um, Sitting here for another be 4.5 hours for 20 duck is only, it only works out to be like $20 for the time that I'm spending. It's not worth it. I mean, I could go panhandle $20 quicker than I could sitting here for another 4.5 mind-numbing hours. Negativity, mindset problems. The people that are in this room, God bless them. I'm not judging them for whatever they did. They were in whatever trouble they got into, whatever. I don't know their stories, but I don't need to be around them because I can't help them the way I'm sitting here now. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing they see me do my podcast. They don't get it. They're like, why are you doing this? You're not making any money. No, I'm not doing this to make money. I never was. But yeah, one day I'll be monetized. One day I'll be able to, have tons of subscribers. And as I refine who I am and what I do and do on this podcast, I look at all these other people that have millions of subscribers. They didn't start out with millions. They had to fight through years of building that. They had to fight through years of fighting their own mindset, overcoming. Because sometimes it's like, damn, I got to do that. I wonder if Pace ever thinks that. If Pace ever says, oh, I don't want to get creative tonight, or I don't want to do a wholesale hotline. I just want to go be with my girls and my wife and my son. Asher, his son. It was really cool. Asher was controlling Get Creative last night. Um, I wonder if Pace ever feels like that. I'm sure he does. Everybody has to at one point. Um, but then again, he might not. He's Pace. He might. Um, but like he said, if you're going to make commitments, be committed. If you're going to be consistent, be consistent. And Sam Singh, who he always said, I'm relentlessly consistent. And Pace even said that in Project Florida. If you're consistent, you're going to make money. You're going to do whatever you're doing. You're consistent. It's going to pay off. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Um, Being honest, having integrity, being vulnerable, admitting your mistakes and your faults, asking for help, relying on the community, bringing value to other people. Those are all important things. It's what's really cool is I don't cry as much anymore on this. Usually I'd get all misty and emotional. I felt a little bit coming on for a second there. Yesterday was 18 months since I found Pace Morby and went down this journey. We're ever grateful for that. And it's not without challenges. And I see. I don't even know why I'm worried. All I got to do is get through next few months, less than 6 months. Could be two. Could be maybe another year. But the bus accident I was in Las Vegas. I talked to my attorney last Friday because when I was riding on the bus home here in Florida, the guy hits the brakes and I almost fell and injured myself. And I was like, shit, oh wait, I got to call Michael in Vegas and see what's going on with that case. It was a year ago I got injured on the bus over there. And the bus driver, I was on the floor. He kept driving the bus, never stopped, never checked on me. And it was so freaking surreal because it's Vegas and there's a lot of, he said, I thought I was homeless. I was dressed nicer than I'm dressed now. I had a collared shirt on, pants, and um, said I thought I was homeless. That was his reasoning for not stopping the bus when somebody's laying on the floor screaming, injured. Only two people helped me. All these other passengers getting on and off. It was so fucked up. But for 15 stops, and I'm on 911 with Metro, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, for 9 minutes, telling him to stop. And they're trying to locate the bus. They're trying to get officers over there, and he wouldn't stop the bus. So when I talked to Kimberly, Michael's assistant, Friday, I said, because they've been waiting on medical bills from the hospital. They said, we're waiting on the bills. We can't do anything without the bills. We have to have the bills. We have to show, you're in the hospital and got treated and all that stuff. He said, they said they finally got the bills. And now the only problem is now that the RTC in Las Vegas, there was two different ones, has dissolved. So they have to find the new owners to where to submit the first settlement request. And I said, well, I go, well, how much were the medical bills? Because, and she said there were 33,000. So usually they do 10 times that, I think, and that's the start. But she said, Michael's going to go for the max on this one. And I said, what's the max? And she said, we're going to start at 1.5 million. And I said, what? 1.5 million? Not That's not going to happen. That's a starting negotiating point. But it's a lot of money. It's a lot of thing that I can, wouldn't have to work. I would be able to do this full time, even if I got 30,000. Just the amount of the medical bill. Well, they have to pay for the medical bills and pay for Michael's cost too. So, Michael gets 33%, or wait, I think it's a little bit more than that. But any amount there would free me up to devote more full time to this. And everything's been a learning experience over the past 18 months. A lot of failings, a lot of mistakes made, a lot of inaction taken on my part at times. Like, I could have been so much further ahead if I wasn't living with my drug dealer for the last 10 months after I quit. From February 13th till November 3rd, I still stayed clean living. I could have knocked on the wall. And it was a 14-year convicted murderer, leader of the Bloods in Las Vegas that I was living with. And I stayed clean. But I couldn't sit at that desk that I spent 21 months at, 167 hours a week, by myself and call anybody. It was just too draining. Like I said, the negative, the energy. But I could have maybe got some deals sooner. But it was all mindset. I was all working on that. It's, building a complete new version of myself in the past 18 months. And I'm still building it. I'm still working on myself. Uh, but I'm making progress. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it's like right now. This is a decision I had to make. Was I going to sit here and come back in here for another week and waste another week of all this time when I have enough to cover me for a couple of weeks? Um, I have things that are coming in the future. I don't need to worry. I just, if I could literally, like I said, literally spend more time panhandling and make more money than I'm making right now. I'm granted, I might get a couple sales. I had 2 last week. I had 3 the week before, but it's only another 100 and something, $50 or something on top of the hourly. It's not worth all this. Um, so as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna go walk over to the 7-Eleven where Katie is. I'm gonna miss her. She's giving me coffee, free coffee every morning. Every morning. Like, I think I paid for it one time, but I made a friend with her and I listened to her and I found her bunnies. I'm trying to get her involved in the real estate community here. She's got some bunnies and I found them. And those bunnies, they got me free coffee for the last 2 weeks. Thank you, Katie from 7-Eleven. I love that girl. She's amazing. She doesn't have Instagram though because her girlfriend won't let her have Instagram. They got in some fights about it. So I was trying to get her on Instagram, but I sent her my Blink card and told her to go to YouTube and look up Pace Morby, and I showed her what video to start with. Welcome to my channel. Start here. Um, so I'm gonna keep in contact with her. I want to go say goodbye to her before I gotta keep in contact because like I get my heart. I want to help people, and a lot of people don't. When I tell them what some of the work that you need to do, they don't want to do it. There's my good friend Josh. He's he didn't want to do a lot of the work, but he wanted to join Sub 2. He wanted to be part of this community. He wanted to be Gator, and I recommended him join Sub 2, and it's been the best thing for him so far. But he didn't want to do the work initially. He didn't want to call the agents. He didn't want to talk to them. He wanted me to do it. He wanted to find them and then have me call him. And same with Jillian. Um, she right before I got my first deal, so I can't learn from somebody that's not got a deal. But she never wanted to put the work in. A lot of these people that ask me say, "Hey, what are you doing? How can I do this? What can I?" Well, I'm doing direct to agent. I mean, you have to put the work in. You have to take time. You have to do the follow ups, which I suck at follow ups, and that's one thing I really got to get better at is follow ups, follow ups, follow ups in CRM. I need a virtual assistant. I need a personal assistant. Really, I do. I'd be willing to, if I could find an integrator personal assistant that could help with my social media and CRM and follow-ups. I would split everything with that person, JB, every single thing, because that's the help. I mean, that would propel me so much more further if I had an assistant. But I'm gonna have to make do without an assistant till I can afford one or find one that wants to work with me and build with me. And Tigger. Tigger is always going to be my friend, my partner. Um, she's definitely, her and Elizabeth are my two very best friends and sub two, my two of my very first ones. Um, and thank God Tigger's married. I had caught feelings for Elizabeth before. It's happened a few times on this journey. I got to talk to a few women, and if I got, it happens, you get caught feelings. They're amazing. They're in the same community. They're beautiful. How could I not get feelings? It kind of ruined my relationship with Sonari. I mean, it didn't, kind of did. Um, so that's one of the things I have to work on too is just, God will bring the right woman at the right time. 'Cause I got to quit getting attached the first time somebody pays me attention. And I got to, you know, I, early on, I fell for all those fake profiles and stuff. Um, that was something I had to overcome. Um, it's definitely hard for one person to do a follow-up campaign and generate new leads, and it is definitely hard. What's that say? Yeah, well, that's one thing I'll always hire a TC for everything. Yeah, I don't mind having them do it because they're gonna help get it across the finish. They're gonna do the hard stuff that needs to be done correctly. I'd rather people are like, well, I can just do the TC myself. Fine. What happens is the one time you make a mistake and it costs you $40,000 or something? You know, that one mistake could cost you. Why not, have a TC that's going to do it correctly and you have better odds of success. Plus, it's less things you need to learn. You can focus more on talking to sellers and the paperwork, and the processes, those things that there's people to do it for you. That's why Pace built this community. There's TCs here. There's everybody. There's closers. There's everybody. Everything you need inside of Sub Two. Like he was saying, there's 10,000 of. There's millions of people that do real estate in this country and investors and stuff like that. But we have 10,000 of the best people and the most highly trained and specialized people in this industry. We are literally changing things, crushing it. There's just everything you need is in Sub 2. Every single thing. And if you're not part of Sub 2, DM me to join. It's as easy as that. We'll make sure you're a good fit for the community. Make sure you're going to put your heart out there. You're going to help others. You're going to encourage others. You're going to be active in the community. You're going to take action and get some deals and JV with people. Like he said, for every 10 people, for every one sub 2 students, there's 10 people in the creative financing group for that sub 2 student to help. He said that last night. There's like 110,000 people in there right now. So it's 10 to 11 people for every single one of us sub 2 students. There's 10,000 sub 2 students now. And that's 11 people each one of us could JV with or help or connect with. So that's important. And then you got the Gators. There's 7,000 Gators. A lot of them are sub 2 too, but there's a lot of struggling Gators. There's a lot of Gator wrestling that could go on. Yeah, title company attorneys, they're great. So I help a little experience doing it rather than deal with acquisition, right? So like Stacy's saying, she's a broker. Reach out to Stacy. She's got a lot of knowledge, Um, Stacy, I just See, I made excuses. I could have been doing deals with Stacy. I know what you meant, but there's a lot of things like that, and now they're going to be expecting me coming back from my break right now. But I'm not going to be coming back from my break. It was supposed to, my break was over 8 minutes ago. Um, so I don't want to sit here and use their internet still, and you know, hey, I might have to leave in a few minutes. I have emergency, so I'll let you know. Okay, all right. I said that. That was Matt. That was the owner. Nice guy, really nice guy. But I can't do this. Can't do it. So, anyways, I think I got everything off my chest I wanted to get off. It's not who you think you are; it's who you think you are not. That's the person you got to become. That's the person you're supposed to be. That's the person God created you to be. That's the person Pace Morby's helping you become. Sub 2, the greatest community on earth. I wouldn't be here without this community. 100%. Everything comes through this community. Everything goes through this community. See, look at Stacy. She's willing to help you, help me. There's so many people out there want to help you guys. All it is taking action, being relentlessly consistent, sometimes being vulnerable. Um, when I go say goodbye to Katie at 7-Eleven, and yeah, it's not worth my time to be here. Uh, I gotta go find another. I'm gonna find something today. If not today, tomorrow. But it's gonna be somewhere in downtown St. Pete, somewhere that's close enough where I can take a $6 or $7 or $8 Uber home every night because the buses don't run after this time. I don't know how the buses are in Phoenix, but I think they run a lot longer. Maybe Mesa, Tempe area. But this whole I like living by the beach, but I don't like hurricanes. I don't like what's coming. Um, and I was here 2004. Charlie, Francis, Gene, Ivan, 4 hurricanes, 2 tornadoes in 2 of the different hurricanes, all in the exact same spot in 6 weeks. Lost everything I owned. 48 days, Halifax Medical Center. Ended up having Demerol for the 48 days, which started me on my painkillers, which eventually got cut off when they went from Percocets to Oxycontin, and then the DEA cut everybody off, and that's how I got to 7 years of heroin, a gram a day, because of those hurricanes, because I was already having a drug problem with crack, uh, and then they had 48 days on that Demerol. It just So hurricanes in Florida just scared me. I love Disney World. I love the beach now that I've lost weight. Well, I got to lose more weight because I gained like 20 pounds back. Um, yeah, I was shocked yesterday when I weighed myself. I'm like, what the fuck? And I started eating all this garbage. I got to eat clean again. I got to get back into Crunch Fitness or wherever I'm going to go. Um, and I have to I let things fall apart, living in the moment, going to Dealmaker, going to community camp. Those are both very important events and very important for me to be there and to be part of those, that Dealmaker, because buying business creatively is something I definitely want to do. Me and Tigger were talked about that. Um, and then, being recognized as being somebody that was worthy of being invited to the community camp by such a special friend, Vina Jetty and Pace Morby, and having Jerry and Abraham, and I'm Abraham and Donna have reached out to me and made me part of their Dealmaker family. I I'm not sitting at the IHOP with Kevin Cho and Abraham, but hey, I'm definitely part of that. Donna is one of my best friends. I can call her at any time and ask her for help or advice. Um, she's an amazing influence on me. Donna is. So, um, but that's where I'm at. So, um, I don't want to sit here too much longer. So, anyways, it's 1:30. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go make an excuse, or not an excuse. Just tell them, hey, look, I gotta go. I'll be back, or I won't be back. um, all right. So, have a good day. I will see you tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Unless something changes, you have to get a different job. Then we got to adjust the schedule, pivot. We got to pivot and pivot. I got to pivot today. I can't sit here and not for $5 an hour. It's not worth it. And the mindset and the negativity is just I gotta take action. Just take action and jump. Make jump. If not now, when? I'm gonna wait 3 more days and jump and just go through it and beat myself up. No, take action right now. You got to take action too. The rescue fund.org and child trafficking. Please donate. Please create awareness about it and schedule an appointment with me on Calendly. Or and if you want to join sub 2, DM me. Let's talk. Let's make sure you're a good fit for the community. You're gonna promote and be part of the community and help people, because that's what we want in sub 2, right? So I will see you later. Thanks.